Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mampulo from Mampulo's Corner. Renee, your mindset. Guys, I be the fix this fuel crisis. This fuel price now, say at the height, when we go get and be this one. But one analyst don't come and tell us, say, it's too early to be crying this time. Say, Nigeria never see anything. They tell us for national TV. He said, when they cry for 700 naira for petrol, say it's too early. Now this petrol is going somewhere. Jesus. So even as he did like this, we they shout, say it too early. That's how we never see anything. No, I go show you the video now. Before I begin to show you the video of that analyst, when they tell us, say, no. If Nigerians are crying now, they are joking. No, they play. He said that the stage one they play stage, they play. But before we go on that video, when the guy say they play, let's see a little bit of the cries of Nigeria, a little bit of their cry. As so at the time, I just pity people when no vote for the government. But for those who want vote for the government, I know the people now. Let's watch video. Watch.
We begin this morning with Nigeria's Labour Union, NLC's rejection of the hike in the pump price of petrol. NLC says it is provocative and totally unacceptable.
It's all right.
In a statement, NLC President Joe Ajaero says the 18% increase is designed to worsen the poverty level and hardship in Nigeria. The Labour Union also condemns the proposed handout of 8,000 naira as palliatives to 12 million households. It warns that it may be forced to withdraw from talks with the federal government over its handling of the matter. Well, many Nigerians are yet to come to terms with the surge in the price of petrol at filling stations. Arise News correspondents captured the feelings of citizens from different parts of the country.
We begin from the southeast region,
right,
where many residents in Imo and Enugu states woke up on Tuesday morning to a sudden upward review in the prices of fuel from 530 naira to 595 naira per liter. This development forced commercial vehicle operators and motorcyclists to increase transport fares.
It's not a good idea. They are killing masses. We are the people suffering it. Adding fuel. Other people, petty traders, they will add their money. They add money of what they are saying.
Yes,
it's not doing us favor. You see, they say palliative. What is the palliative?
I don't know.
We are suffering.
Sorry.
You see, I don't know what to do now. To take my child for her exam.
Sorry.
Residents in Ekiti State in the southwest region are agonizing over the increments while appealing to the federal government to provide a quick solution to the rising prices, including the provision of palliatives.
It's a big problem, so to say. I was in a filling station the other time. Now I'm in another one now, and the gate is already closed now, and they are selling 585, 600 everywhere now. So it's getting serious. We don't know what to do again.
In the northwest and northeast, residents of Kano and Borno states lament the hike, saying the obvious effect of the landing cost from Lagos is taking a huge toll on them, as petrol now sells at an all-time high of 620 naira per liter in the most filling stations. According to them, the continuing increase in the petroleum price hike is an economic disaster in the making.
When I came out, I realized it's already here and people are already queuing up, maybe to buy the cheaper one to save some costs.
For not.
But unfortunately, this is where we are.
And in the south region, the cross-section of Rivers residents living in Port Harcourt, the state capital, are appealing to the federal government to intervene in Tuesday's abrupt increase of the pump price of petrol due to hardship that a large number of Nigerians are facing.
We are suffering the same thing. It wasn't easy for us. Right from when the fuel was 520, we suffered. It looks as if we are working for the petrol station. Half of all we got go back to the fuel. And at the end of the whole day, you walk like an elephant, you eat like ants. And passengers too, they are complaining. And we too, we feel for them because some of them are civil servants.
Nigerians are yet to understand what is going on. This is unfair to the common man in Nigeria. A man who earns the minimum wage of less than 30,000 naira. I wonder how people will be able to get to their places of work and still have something and go back and still have something at the end of the month to save.
All right.
You know, it's really alarming how it's going to affect the cost of commodities. It's going to affect the cost of living. With the prevailing harsh economic conditions, many Nigerians across the state are urging the federal and state governments to swiftly find solutions to the fuel price hike and provide palliatives quickly so as to reduce poverty and prevent an increase in crimes.
It's all right. When I see the video, you know why I like this video when I just play now? He reach every zone of Nigeria, every region. You reach them. The first start with from Igbo, from southeast. Then start from. Then say from Enugu, which is like headquarters of southeast there. They say now Wahala there. That's okay, no problem. They can't go Yoruba land, where Tinubu come from. I think say I was thinking that Yoruba people will get another different petrol station because some of them say let's vote for our own. Let's vote for our own. Emilokon will be the president. Our own will be the president. Jagaban. So they can't carry us go Yoruba land as well, to Ekiti State. Then say that place, no be something no say they won't buy. They carry us go north. It's still there for north. I think say that some part, and only Igbo people go suffer this thing, or southeast, or some south people, or some religion. I was thinking it's some tribe and some religion will suffer this thing. I don't know say you go around the whole tribe and the whole religion. If you like be traditionalist, you go still suffer them. They still carry and go south when Wike supported APC heavily. He said, "Now he make a Tinubu win. He cover up the whole River State for Tinubu to deliver him." I see people they talk say, "Oh, the suffer is too much." I can't say, "Una not so na papa, una go call." Are you kidding me? Now, one analyst don't bust out say, "No. Say this one they shout now. Say na Genesis on a day, una never see anything. Say it's too early for you people to be crying. It's too early." Not be me talking about you go see them now. He said it's too early because una never see anything. Say where this price hike they go. Say where una dey now, you never reach 10% increase. Say una beginning with it. Say it's too early to cry. Say what is coming is going to be beyond you people. If you think I'm joking, make una watch where the man they talk am. Watch video.
Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu has directed a review of the program aimed at providing assistance to vulnerable households affected by the scrapping of petrol subsidy. It follows criticism and concerns from Nigerians. Experts argue that the former administration implemented a similar policy, but with little to show for it. However, President Tinubu has also authorized the immediate release of fertilizers and grains to about 50 million farmers across the country. He reassured Nigerians that the approved 500 billion naira for cushioning the effects of subsidy removal will be spent judiciously. Okay. Joining us now is Adewale Adebayo, former SDP presidential candidate in the 2023 election in Nigeria. Good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Welcome.
Good to be here. Well, thank you very much for joining us. When President Tinubu removed the fuel subsidy, you accused labor unions of being hypocritical. And now we have seen the effect of that removal of fuel subsidy. The hardship, the pain that Nigerians are experiencing. President Tinubu himself says it's like childbirth pain. World Bank says about 7.1 million people will join the poverty year.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Now it looks like it's not just 7.1
no.
that will join. All of us are already there.
We are there.
Do you still hold on to your position that those who criticize the manner in which the Tinubu administration removed the fuel subsidy, removing the subsidy before thinking of palliatives, not even thinking through the palliatives properly, and making Nigerians lose almost 3 months in returns, suffering? Do you still think that people who criticize the policy are hypocrites?
There are two types of people who criticize the policy.
All right.
Some of them are hypocrites, some of them are consistent. Those who are opposed to subsidy removal, like me and other people, they have grounds to criticize the program.
Okay.
But those who supported anyone, any party, any platform that said they will remove subsidy on day one. They are hypocritical. Once you agree to throw a 5-year-old child from 10th floor of a building, you cannot say, I'm surprised that the child broke the limbs. So that is the point that I'm making. There is no way you implement the policy that they are implementing now that you are not going to have the same consequences. Economics does not admit of cheating. You can cheat in politics. You can inflate your numbers in politics. But when it comes to economics, you can't. You have to take the right policy. If you don't take the right policies, the consequences of the wrong policies will follow. You remember that when we are talking of hypocrites, the hypocrites did not start with the labor union. The hypocrites started with President Tinubu himself.
You mean
who opposed President Jonathan when he had a smaller amount of subsidy adjustment. And all of them went on the street and said, you cannot do this, the whole country will collapse. And then when they came to power, they went in the opposite direction and finished everything.
They did
once and for all. So it is not only one person or the other. It's not a political statement when you say that people are hypocritical. Just look at the position they took before and look at the position they are taking now. If there is inconsistency in it, there's no logic in the change of opinion, you can say they are hypocritical. So I'm not of the view that we should have taken the subsidy off. We could predict it, we were discussing it, so nobody can pretend that they are not aware that it will affect factor cost, and if it affects factor cost, it will affect cost of living. If it affects cost of living, more people will go into poverty. So there's nothing new there. That's what is natural consequence, and that was why during the presidential debate, we were pushing alternative view that we should not do it. But we have done it now. Nothing has surprised me at all. In fact, it appears this might just be the beginning, except that drastic steps are taken to go off that line.
This is just the beginning.
All right, let's delve into that. Those drastic steps you mentioned. What looks like drastic steps to be taken by this administration, particularly the president? He has announced that he will be reviewing the 8,000 naira earlier promised as a way of palliatives to 12 million households in Nigeria, saying that following feedback, it's clearly not going to be sufficient. As a way of recommendation, what are these drastic steps? What should palliative look like for the Nigerian people?
First, we should stop misusing the word palliative. With this 8,000 naira, which is a carryover from the existing budget, 2023 budget, because the carryover is a byproduct of the plan that Buhari administration left behind as to how they will manage. Even this 800 million from the World Bank was negotiated by the past government. So policy watchers should not behave as if they didn't know that it was in the offing. It is, let me use a very polite language, it is a band-aid for a decapitated person. So it doesn't make any sense at all. And it appears as if the government is not aware of what we call monetary neutrality. When you have no food, when you have no means of transportation, when you have no medical care, throwing money at you is not going to increase the number of service providers.
No.
It's not going to increase the value of real goods in the market. What it's going to do is that, one, there will be wastage, that money will not be well used. Secondly, when the money gets to the end user, it is useless to them in real terms because they don't have the goods to chase with the money. And in the end, it may cause a little bit of inflation. That's all it can do. So the way to go about it now is that if the consensus, as it appears that Nigerian elites they are behaving as if there's no alternative to subsidy removal. So subsidy has gone. I don't agree with it, but it's the policy of the government. And it appears as if almost every mainstream political party analyst agrees with that bad policy. So if you've taken that bad policy and you want to continue along that line, what you do is to delink the people from the value chain of petrol. And the way to do that is, for example, from the transportation and logistic point of view. You make sure that the price of petrol does not impact on the ability of people to commute. That's why you see many cities, whether it's London, Singapore, you can choose any city of your dream. What you will find out is that the common people on the street don't feel the effect when the price of petrol goes up or down. That's why nobody on BBC or CNN will be interviewing petroleum marketer over the economics of the private farms. It's not relevant to you because the government has provided public transportation that has been delinked from that. So if you measure the reaction of people to these things, the reactions come in three ways. One, private motorists who have dislocation in their planning. You bought fuel at 400 naira last week. Now it is 600 naira now. It's a major dislocation. Nobody has that kind of dislocation in a properly run economy. Second, those who depend on food supplies or other services that require petrol to motorize the logistics, those people get affected. Thirdly, those who are in the market, the petroleum market, who make a lot of money or less money, depending on how government policy goes on the matter. Those are the people who worry about it, apart from people in government who worry about the fiscal finance of any subsidy that may be there. So I think that the common people are the easiest that you can take off that line. Don't try to throw money at them. Don't try to excuse the dislocation by other government programs that you are doing anyway. You are sending 50,000, you are sending grains to farmers. Normally, you must run agriculture, you must send grains to farmers. The issue of what you need to deal with is that you must ensure that people in the public, majority of Nigerians, won't have any price reflection in their transportation. And you can do that easily by making sure you provide public transportation. That's what you can do. You will see the video there. It's a demonstration that it can be done. As a private charity, we provided vehicles to schools all over the target community that we're using. So those children, they won't care about the price of petrol now. They won't care about it because they are getting transportation to go to work. So imagine the government did it for workers, did it for elderly people, did it for students. Majority of people will not bother about that. You do that intra-city and you do that intercity. Then you plan over time to ensure that across the country, the numbers can be worked if the government is running the economy. But what I see that the government is doing now, the government is running petroleum market, facilitating for their friends who are the importers. What you should do is run the economy. Have certain metric and say, no Nigerian should spend more than 3% of their salary on transportation. Benchmark that. You work towards that. No Nigerian should spend from one end of the country to the other maximum more than 12 hours to travel from Maiduguri to Calabar or from Sokoto to Port Harcourt. It shouldn't take more than 12 hours maximum. No person who's a producer should spend more than 5% on logistics. So when it comes to good, you can have those benchmarks, you work towards them, and the economy will be free from getting to know how much somebody imports his product or not.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Adewale Adebayo, for joining us. I see you are in Washington, D.C. Well, this is like saying, I hope it's not that you have jackpot Jadano. After all, you've been quoted as saying, you people voted for Tinubu, you might as well live with your choice.
This is the consequence of the vote you voted. And it's too early to cry now because actually the real problem hasn't come.
Okay.
But when these problems come, we should solve them as a country. We should not see it as a potential of politics. President Tinubu is taking certain measures, which are legacy measures of what he met on the ground. His own policies have not come out. When they come out, you will see that there are complications there because you have to run an economy. It is one thing to win, you can be an expert in winning an election, but you have to be an expert in running a government. And I haven't seen that expertise yet. Maybe when the cabinet comes out and they start to think. I haven't seen the sign of a thinking government yet, which is trying to manage the economy. If you see the contradiction in what they are doing, for example, look at the central bank.
Guys, when I don't see the video, he said the effect never start. He said problem never start to say Nigerians is with them. I can't dey pity from obedient people when they for that place, sure. Or people when voted another party say they don't need this one. Now they only pity. But those who when voted this, when voted this APC and Tinubu, I go soon they enjoy them. I will be very happy seeing you people enjoying it. The problem is that when one finger touches oil, it rub off on the 5 fingers. That's the only problem I have here. I don't want to talk too much. Guys, if you love what I'm doing, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, and on TikTok. All of my political love, guys. Peace out.